Honestly, this, what we watch today, cannot be called a football game. I'm sorry. This is not football. At least not football where the azzurri are playing. This is not acceptable. This is absolutely not acceptable. The 4-5 between Israel and Italy is something that should be deleted from the history of the azzurri. 4-5, a horror show. This is what I was watching. My eyes were bleeding blue. You cannot even imagine how Gattuso played his team, how the players were performing, the same players that were telling us that finally they were awake. Do you remember after winning 5-0, all smiles, beautiful, everything is going well? Ragazzi, I was absolutely not planning to record a video today. That was not my intention, but I said, you know what, watch the game. Locatelli is playing, at least we have one, and we will speak about Locatelli. Of course, we'll speak about him in a second. Guys, I'm obliged. There are too many things to say, things that are unacceptable, that we need to go step by step. Ciao Juventini, ciao calcio lovers of the world. My name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I want to start the video saying sorry, asking forgiveness if they want, if they still can, to Paolo Maldini, to Giorgio Chiellini, to Cannavaro, to Nesta, to Gaetano Scirrea, to Baresi, to Virko Wood, to Claudio Gentile. More and more and more and more. What we watch today is absolutely not Italy. Gennaro Gattuso won the World Cup, and he knows how to defend. We conceded one goal, a known goal of Zaccardo, that's it, and then a penalty of Zinedine Zidane, that's it. But this is not acceptable. What we watch today is not Italy. Don't come here on the channel telling me that this is the most beautiful game that you ever watched, because it is not, because this is not football. The fundamentals of football were missing. A structure, an organization, an idea of football. At certain moments it was totally not understandable who was playing where, how we were playing football. It was a total disaster show. This is what we were watching. In disaster show. And you will tell me, Beppe, but it started with Locatelli with a known goal. No, it started way before, from the first minute. Even Gattuso said it. At the beginning of the game, we were surprised. What are you surprised? How can you be surprised? You know what's the problem? That after the game against Estonia, winning 5-0, and if you go back and watch that first half against Estonia, it's not that we were the masters of the world. That 5-0 is coming at the end when Estonia is totally collapsing. That's the problem. But we were all spiked. We were believing we are back. We are the strongest one. Look at the words. Look at the words of Bastoni post-Estonia. Gattuso, he gave us a few slaps to wake us up. Smiling. We needed it. But guys, slaps, and that's probably one of the biggest problems, slaps will never have a long-term impact. The slaps, they were not enough. Maybe in that second half against Estonia, and the effect, the impact of the slap is already gone. What we need is quality players. What we need is having a coach that knows what he's doing. I have a huge respect for the person, for the human being Gennaro Gattuso, equal to the player that Gennaro Gattuso won, one of the greatest of Italy, of Milan. What a player. But as a coach, I'm extremely sorry to say that it will not be enough. La grinta will not be enough. That motivation will not be enough. Can it be enough? We have to pray, because we need much more than what we watch today. And we are speaking about individual players, but also collectively, because like that you will not make it. Today we are lucky. Today we are lucky, because don't get me wrong, I want Italy to qualify. I want Italy to play that World Cup, and I even want Italy to win the World Cup. I have been able to win 2 World Cups. In 82, I was 1 year old, and then in 2006, I was aware of what I was watching. I cried in 94 with that missed penalty of Roberto Baggio. I watched what happened in all the other years. Ragazzi, I know what I'm speaking about. I am Italian. I would love that one day I'm able to sit on the couch with my son, maybe even going to USA again, and this time bring my son to show him what a World Cup is where Italy is playing. So don't get me wrong, I wish the best to Italy, and probably that's also why I'm that angry, because what we watch today is not understandable, it's not acceptable. And what I said immediately after the Estonia game, when I saw Bastoni with a big huge smile saying, we needed a few slaps to wake up, that's probably the start, the basic of what is going wrong. They don't need, or at least they should not need, to be waken up when you are representing your team, La Nazionale. And that's how you start today's game. That's how you start today's game, that you are not understanding how important it is not only for the game of today for the 3 points, not only to qualify for the World Cup, or at least to make 3 points and to get closer to Norway, you never know. No, you were just thinking one thing. After in Estonia, we'll smash Israel with 5, 6, 7-0 so that we have that goal difference. No, ragazzi, a bit being humble, understanding how important it is to qualify for a World Cup because you actually messed up an entire generation of young people that have never watched Italy at the World Cup. And that should be the basic. You don't need slaps for Gennaro Gattuso. You need to auto-convince yourself that you are having a country on your shoulder. And this is, according to me, one of the first basic. If you go towards the game, so I told you already the ranking, we are second now, equal points with Israel, but 1 game more, so 9 points there, plus 5 in terms of goals difference, which is good, but far from Norway with plus 11. It will be tough. It will be really tough if we continue like that. We will even reach the second spot, because I tell you, Estonia, great in the second half. Israel was a total disaster. A game that started, we will say, badly. Did it start with the own goal of Locatelli? No, it didn't start with the own goal of Locatelli. Absolutely not. If you believe that, you are totally wrong. It started even before that. It started immediately in the first minute, where Israel, like Gattuso is saying, they surprised us. They surprised us because they were pushing, they were trying. We are about to concede a goal. If not, I believe we conceded a goal that has been cancelled. And then you have that own goal from Locatelli that started in a total disaster way. Do we want to be honest? Look at it, the really bad first half. He's saying after the game, I have been unlucky. I start immediately the game with an own goal, and then I go with a really beautiful kind of bicycle shot. I don't know, in acrobatia. He goes, he's hitting the post. And bad luck, yeah, we can say bad luck with own goal and with that post or the bar that he's hitting, but it's the performance as well. He was slow, he was not fast, he was slowing a bit the game, he was not going with velocity of thinking but also of place. It was quite difficult, and I saw a lot of slander to Locatelli, a lot of banter to Locatelli, mockeries on Locatelli, and probably he deserves it. We can say, after a performance that he's delivering, he probably deserves it. What I didn't appreciate is that we don't speak as bad about other players that were doing really bad in that first half. And we are speaking about the Barella. Barella in that first half was way worse than the Locatelli that scored an own goal. Way worse. Don't forget about that. A Mancini, a Bastoni that is also conceding a goal. A Di Marco, really, really bad. They were positioned in a really bad way as well by Gennaro Gattuso. You know who was the good player, or who were the two only good players in that first half? We are speaking about Moise, and we are speaking about Retegui. Retegui, Moise. Guys, these two players, and that's bravo to Gennaro Gattuso that finally is playing two strikers and finally is daring to play with these two together. Well, finally we found a duo that is playing together that are scoring for Italy. 9 goals from Moise, that is actually equalizing the goals of Francesco Totti. Moise is a beast. Moise is a beast. Is he a regret? No. Yes, no, I don't know. I don't know how we can see, depending the point of view. He was not working at Juve, so it made no sense to continue with him. He didn't want anymore to continue. Juve didn't want to continue anymore. We had the opportunity to sell him for a reasonable price back then, and then he's doing a fantastic season at Fiorentina, and then he's living again. But it's a player where the qualities were there, have always been there, the qualities. I had the opportunity to meet him, to speak with him, to believe in him also, since he was a kid with the youth academy. And then the first steps with the first team. I'm happy. I'm really happy for Moise. I would have loved that we saw that Moise at Juve that could have been easily the starter at Juve. Things went wrong, but the 2 goals that he's scoring today are really beautiful. The first one is inventing him by himself after a beautiful assist from Retegui. Fantastic assist from Retegui, and the first one. But then he's inventing himself, and then that second goal is fantastic. How he's going as a boom, he's going as a bam. Fantastic, beautiful goal from Moise. But the problem is the rest, because that was a total crazy game. In conceding a goal, catching up, going over, taking back other goals, it went from one goal to another, something that was, according to me, unacceptable if you are Italy. You cannot, at a certain moment, winning 4-2 at the 81st minute, and then in 3 minutes conceding 2 goals that are bringing you back to a 4-4. That goal from Tonali, if you are totally honest, that goal from Tonali is pure luck, because he doesn't want to shot on goal. He wants to go and put that ball into the box, and who will touch it, and then hoping maybe in a deflection that is not even arriving. He's scoring that 91st minute 5-4 that is giving the 3 points to Italy. Is it deserved? I have absolutely no idea. If you actually, not once, not two, not 3 times, but 4 times, he's giving actually the chance to Israel to come back like that, something is absolutely not working. Who were the first or the worst of the game? Well, Barella I really didn't enjoy. Bastoni I really didn't enjoy. Locatelli, the first half was really not good, then better in the second half. Oh, by the way, speaking about Locatelli, I think that he made himself up, and that's good for Juve. Speaking about Juve, that's absolutely good, because what he will remember is, yes, that own goal, yes, the bar that he have hit, but on a 3-2 for Italy, at a certain moment there is a counter-attack where there is a shot on target from Israel. Donnarumma was beaten, and luckily he was really intelligent to come back, to wait a bit and to deflect that ball. So luckily he was able to intercept it and avoiding that 3-3. That is actually giving Italy then the lead on a 4-2 before they equalized. Lucky Italy, guys, but this is not okay. I'm looking at the other players that did well or bad. Well, Retegui, Moise, Kean. Probably the only midfielder that was doing well is a Tonali that was playing a bit too much on the left. I didn't understand the choice of a Gennaro Gattuso there, but that's it, That's it. 3 players with a lot of mediocrity. In Italy. I didn't appreciate the game at all. Yes, a lot of goals. Yes, entertaining if you are a neutral, maybe. But there is no quality, and it will be extremely difficult. Luckily, we are in an easier group if you are looking at the other opponents that we have, like Moldova, Estonia, Israel, can we say. The only Norway that should not be a difficult opponent for Italy, but it is now, because they are leading with 12 on 12. Well, Italy has still 4 games to play. Hoping for the best. Hoping to qualify first. You never know if Norway will miss a step and being there, but we need a lot of work. For the next international break, because things are not working. Then I saw beautiful goals. If you want, the 2 goals of Moise are really beautiful. The goal of Politano with that 3rd assist of Retegui is fantastic. The goal of Raspadori that is entering and scoring, also him. I believe now 10 or 11 goals with the Italian national team is beautiful. Offensively, when we push, we are not that bad. But guys, this is not the Italy that I love. This is not the Italy that I am used to, and I would love Italy to change as soon as possible. Ragazzi, Cambiaso entered again well, let's be honest, he entered well. He will not be there against Inter. Hopefully that Barella, Di Marco, Bastoni performance, we can see it on Saturday again, because they were really bad, and if they are playing like that against Juve, well, we might have some opportunity to do something. If you enjoyed it, please put a maximum of like, don't forget to subscribe. I'm sorry again, it's a strange video, but I need it. Ciao.